Welcome to King Lizzard's Game Lounge and Assetto Corsa on Xbox One. So this is basically the first race you get to do in the game. You do get to do a time trial before this, but obviously this is the more interesting of those two videos that I could put together. Now we're racing here Bar 500 and it's quite a challenge driving this. It's quite different from anything else I've driven, to be honest, this game. I did find that I had to set the steering sensitivity to 0 in order to get it under control. This was a video I did before I did that, and the other thing I did was slow these crazy hands down. Look at them. I swear the gloves should be yellow here. This is the flash driving. Look at the speed of those hands. Absolutely ludicrous. So I slowed those down because fortunately it is an option in the game, but even once you've slowed them down they are still pretty damn quick. Dodgy hands aside, I'm actually racing on a circuit here called, I think it's either Vallelunga or Vallelunga, and it's not a bad circuit. There's quite a few circuits in this game that are interesting, things we haven't necessarily seen before in driving games. In addition, there's a similar kind of roster of cars in terms of the number of cars as there is in Project Cars initially, once the game has come out. Obviously the PC's got the triple red pack and various other things in terms of additional content that we'll probably hopefully get on the Xbox One as well, which will increase the number of cars that we can drive and also add some circuits as well. But the package in itself isn't too dissimilar to what we got with Project Cars, and in terms of its control and accessibility for a gamer, it's actually quite similar to Project Cars. So if you didn't get on with Project Cars, you might not get on with Assetto Corsa. Now, how does it compare to the PC? Well, I've only played a little bit of the PC because I've only recently purchased a gaming laptop, top-of-the-line gaming laptop. So I've got a 1080 GTX video card in there, which I'm using to play Assetto Corsa. And to be honest, it's quite similar to what I'm seeing on the Xbox One. There are some frame rate issues on the Xbox One. You will probably most notably in the replay that you see at the end of this race, you will see a bit of a frame rate issue here and there. That's not the quality of my video, it is actually the game replay kind of glitching out every now and then where it kind of can't keep up. Now the game initially sets itself off at 57 frames per second, which, to be fair to it, it's trying to do as good a job as it can and smooth things out, and hopefully there'll be a patch that will improve that in the future. We shall see. There may already have been one because I haven't touched this for about a week now, but it's it's a nice package and it does look really nice, as you'll see in the replay as well. The car inside here looks pretty clean, looks pretty detailed, and it is a difficult game to get used to. It's actually more difficult than any other driving game I know, actually. The first thing I did with this title was jump in on hard mode, which I pretty much do with all games. Forza 5 I went straight in at unbeatable. Forza 4 I started out just below pro mode and then pretty swiftly went into pro mode and stayed there. With Forza Horizon, it was a similar deal, went straight into hard mode, and also Forza Horizon 2. With the new demo for Forza Horizon 3, which is on the channel if you haven't seen that already, I went into that on pro mode once I was able to. But this game, I actually could not beat the AI in hard. But the key reason I couldn't beat them was because they like to drive through you. So if you're obviously trying to get used to a new track like I was, I'm driving around and doing okay, kind of in third place. The next minute I know I'm in a little bit of an error on a corner. I had to slow down a little bit more than I might have wanted, and I'm off the track. Computer AI straight through me, literally just drove through me, pushed me off the track. And that happened so many times, it was not funny. And that is a shame. So I hope they do fix their AI with a later update, because it definitely needs fixing. It's very much Forza Motorsport 6 AI at the moment. They will drive the hell through you if you slow down that little bit too much. I mean, it's good in some respects if you can handle it, because obviously the pace of the race will be extremely fast and extremely difficult. But obviously I'm trying to learn tracks at the moment, so I had to actually back down to normal in order to race this. And as you can see, in normal I only managed to achieve a second place on this race, and that to be honest, the steering difficulties I was having at the time wouldn't have helped me in this race. I might be able to do it a little bit better now that I've reconfigured the controller with zero sensitivity and stuff. That might make a difference. But it was a tough race even in normal, and some of the other races I'm doing at the moment in normal, I'm still only getting the odd second place here and there. And you know, it is a pretty brutal in terms of hardness driving game, but it does offer its own sense of realism. How real is it? Well, I couldn't really tell you, but if you compare it to something like Project Cars, it's got that kind of a feel. However, it does have its own identity as a driving game. Now, the engine sounds in this game do sound pretty neat as well, very much like Project Cars. And for me, the main difference between Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon and the competition, e.g. Assetto Corsa and Project Cars, is the engine sounds. I mean, the engine sounds for Project Cars are absolutely phenomenal. If you can get into the game, it is one of the most, enthralling experiences you're going to have, I think, from a driving perspective. You know, driving around Nuremberg in a VM12, having your head ripped off by the engine sounds and 7.1 audio is truly amazing. And for me, Forza just doesn't do that. It is a very exciting game to play, don't get me wrong, I like Forza, but the engine sounds just don't add that extra dimension to the game. And with Assetto Corsa, those sounds are very much there as well. They're pretty good from what I've heard so far. I've not played enough of it yet to say 100%, but pretty good stuff. So far, I'd give this an 8 out of 10 just for your reference. I will do a review at some point, but I like to play the game for a bit longer before I do that. Please remember to rate the video, and if you're not a subscriber, feel free to click that sub button. I'll be back with plenty more Assetto Corsa, plus some PC titles in the not too distant future, and obviously my key focus, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Take care, keep well, keep watching.